Greetings, adventurers. I'm here at Jay Cooke State Park. We're going to do an overnight backpacking trip here, and we're going to be talking about how to fit and how to wear your backpack. It is 67 degrees outside. Beautiful blue sky with a few puffy clouds in it. The low tonight is supposed to be 46. So, it's going to be great. Hoping there's not going to be too many people here. But I'm going to be dispersed camping. I don't have any campsite reserved or anything like that. My trail I have picked out isn't too long. It's about 6 miles. But we're going to go through some of the better parts of the park, some of the more favorites. So I'm not actually in the main part of the park. I actually parked at a back location, and I'm hiking in. It's a little easier that way, beat the crowds, you know. But we're off. It is evening, so probably only going to hike like 2 or 3 miles today. Do the other 2 or 3 tomorrow. What a nice camping spot. See, look at this. Look at these views already. So this is actually my third video at Jay Cooke State Park. The first one was actually I just did the last section of the Superior Hiking Trail, which goes through the state park. And the second one was also a dispersed camping trip I did here. I believe this is Silver Creek. So I kind of wanted to stay around the Silver Creek area. There is a Silver Creek campsite, which is just up maybe another half a mile. I wanted to stay there, but I looked up for how to get a reservation, and I couldn't find that campsite listed anywhere. I'm kind of hoping that nobody's there, but it is a Saturday. It's a beautiful day. There's probably somebody there. So that's why I planned on dispersed camping. But hopefully there's nobody there, and then I can just use that campsite. But I've heard that the Silver Creek campsite here is actually pretty nice. So I'm hoping nobody's there. But I'm just going to take a little break here at the Silver Creek before I move on. And I think we're almost to the Silver Creek campsite, which kind of confuses me because there's a few different branches of this creek. The other one said Silver Creek. There's another main one that we're going to see later that's also Silver Creek. This one was unnamed, yet Silver Creek campsite is on it. So here's the creek. See, this is what I thought. It says registered campers only. I could not find how to register for this. If you know, please let me know in the comments. I think I'm going to go down there and check it out anyway. But we're probably going to continue. Alright folks, so I hiked actually quite a ways up Silver Creek here. Not many spaces here to camp at, but I think I can see enough room for me to lay down right there. I'm gonna start getting set up, and then we'll talk about how to size up your pack. Okay, first of all, first thing you need to know when putting on your backpack or sizing your backpack is your back length. Most backpacks are going to have a torso length that you need to go by, and I'll show you how to measure that. You want to measure from your waist, and how you find that, a good way to find that is if you put your hands on your hip, and where your thumbs are in the back, that's where you want to start. You measure from there, from that spot, all the way up to your C7 vertebrae. That's going to be, if you bend your head down, you can feel a bump stick out a little bit. That's your C7 vertebrae. So you want to find that spot and then measure from there down to your waist. But you want to measure with your head up. You don't want to measure with your head down. So just find the right spot, straighten your head out, and measure that. So my back length, or my torso length, is 21 inches. So if you're out buying a backpack, you want to get one that's about the same torso length as you have. A lot of backpacks will have a different range, small, medium, or large, and they'll have torso lengths for each category. And you can decide which one you want to fit in. The next thing to make sure your backpack is comfortable is make sure you're packing it properly. You're going to want to put the bulky and light items on the very bottom, things that you're not going to need to get to, like your sleeping bag, extra clothes. Then in the middle of the pack, you're going to want to put the more heavy items that are close up to your back, so it's easier to carry. Then on the top, you want to put more lighter items that can be stuffed around to hold things in place. When you're packing your backpack, you want to be careful not to have any like hard items or anything up against your back that might poke you or, you know, be bulging out in a weird way and be rubbing on your back. That's going to be very uncomfortable. I know a lot of times my stove and my cooking gear, a lot of times I put it in there and it does make a little bulge in the back, and then I can feel that right on my back the whole time, and it's not pleasant. Next, putting on your backpack. You're going to take your backpack and you're going to loosen up all the straps. So you're going to take your belt straps, loosen those up all the way. Well, you don't need to loosen it up all the way, but looser than you're going to need it. Okay, the shoulder straps, we're going to pull up on these, loosen them up. Up here we got the load lifters. Lift up on this tab, pull them down. There, we've got them all loosened up. I would recommend doing that every time you've repacked your backpack. You should re-loosen all your straps and re-tighten them when you put it back on. So now putting it on, a lot of people don't realize, but this this handle here is for, picking up your backpack. Not by the strap, but by this. And then when you pick it up, you can put your arm through. Just like that. Ideally, you would want to have a friend actually pick up your backpack, hold it for you while you put it on. We're going to start with the belt. You want to put the belt on, and you're going to want it to sit right on your bony hips. So right there, and then tighten it down. And you're going to want most of the backpack's weight on your waist here, on this waist belt. So you're going to want it pretty tight. Next, you want to pull these tabs to tighten your shoulder straps. Just about to where it's comfortable. Then, you'll have the load lifters up here that have two little strings right here. You just pull them and you'll feel the backpack move forward and closer to your back, and it'll lift the weight off of your shoulders and onto the frame and down to your waist. So, some of the things you're going to want to look for, like I said, you're going to want those load lifters to be angled upwards, because they're picking the weight up off of your shoulders and transferring it to this frame right here, and then the frame takes it down to your waist. So like I said, you don't want weight on your shoulders. You want pretty much all of the weight on your waist. That's where your body can carry it the best, is on your legs. And then if you notice here, the straps don't really sit on my shoulders that well. I mean, they're kind of gripping my shoulder, but I can stick my thumb under here, stick my hand under here. It's pretty loose. It's not holding a lot of weight. So that's about it. Otherwise, if you feel any bumps or anything in your back, I would suggest rearranging your pack around a little bit and smoothing that out, because once you get on the trail, that's going to become more and more annoying as you hike along. So hopefully this will help you be a little more comfortable wearing a backpack on the trail. Now, I got to get my camp set up. So, I have made a decision. I'm going to cowboy camp tonight. I've never done it before. I feel like it's a great night to do it. I'm going to try it. See what happens. My biggest fear is bugs. I hope I don't wake up with a bunch of wood ticks all over me. Crawling with slugs. I always wake up with slugs around my tent. But I think I'm all ready to go. Make some dinner here. Relax before the sun goes down. Had a little more time than I anticipated. But for dinner tonight, I'll be having the beef stroganoff by Peak Refuel. Also, I almost forgot. I got a new camp stove. I got a BRS. I'm not even sure which model it is. But got it for my birthday recently. It's a little bit lighter than my other stove. Not much, but like a few grams. But it doesn't have the lighter thing. which mine was broken on the other one anyway, so that was cool. But on my old one of these things was breaking. It was about to fall off. The weld broke and it was loose, so I needed a new one. So we're gonna try this one. I know BRS is a reputable brand, so I hope it's good. It does feel very light. I know when I looked it up, it was only a couple grams lighter than my other one, but it feels actually much lighter. Hopefully it holds my pot. Sitting here waiting for my dinner. Finished cooking, it's almost done. But I did end up setting up my tent. Sitting here, the sun's going down and all the gnats and bugs started coming out. I hadn't seen any bugs, so I didn't think there was any bugs out here, but there definitely are now. They found me. So no cowboy camping tonight. But I don't need the rain fly. It is a perfectly clear sky. Absolutely beautiful. Alright, well, I ate my dinner, packed up all my stuff. Sun's going down behind the trees. It's about 7:30, I believe. And yeah, I'm just gonna sit here and relax for probably a good hour. It's starting to cool off a little bit. I had to put my shirt on. Beautiful area. I've been seeing a couple ducks fly back and forth over here. Great place for ducks and beaver. Like 3 or 4 beaver dams back here. Beautiful, beautiful place. There are definitely black bears in this area in Jay Cooke State Park. I don't anticipate them being a problem though. This is definitely not the best tree, but it's away from my camp. I'm not too far away from my car, so if I lose my food, it's not that big of a deal. But I think it'll be fine. I'm just gonna go on a little walk around my area, check it out. It's about 8:45. It seems so light out still. I guess it's getting that time of year. It's gonna be light out until about 9 o'clock, 9:30. But I'm pretty tired. I was up at 5:30 this morning, so it's been a long day. I'm tired. Everything's done. Food's hung. Everything's cleaned up. I'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning, adventurers. I got up this morning. I'm boiling some water for some oatmeal. I got my food bag. Filtered some water. It's about 5:45. It's very chilly. It's about 45 degrees outside. A little cooler than I thought it was going to get. But that's okay. The problem I actually had last night was condensation. I don't know if you can see this all over my tent, but my tent is soaking wet. All the walls are just covered in a layer of water, so I had to be careful not to roll over and touch the sides of the tent all night long. Don't want to get my sleeping bag wet, but inevitably it's gotten a bit wet. But yeah, I'm ready to get up and finish this hike, so I'm gonna have me some oatmeal. I have a muffin, then we'll hit the trail. Hot chocolate. Alright, I'm all packed up. Now remember, I'm going to want to loosen up all my straps before I put it on so that I can refit it every time. Ready? Alright. Get the waist belt in the right position. Tighten those up. Okay? Shoulder straps. Tighten those up. Load lifters. Done. You don't want to pull them tight, just enough so you can feel them working. And that feels pretty good. I'm ready to go. Well, I had forgot to mention the sternum strap. This strap here that goes across your chest. As I remembered that, I was getting ready to mention it, and my clip broke off. But I don't usually use my sternum strap. I feel like it confines my chest from expanding, taking a breath. So I usually don't like to use it. I know a lot of people don't like to use them, but it helps hold your shoulder straps closer to your neck instead of on the out ends of your shoulders where it's gonna hurt. So that's usually what it's for, but I don't really have a problem with that, so I don't normally use it. But yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out how to fix this, even though I don't use it. I do use it sometimes, so. Anyway, sun is just coming up over the trees back there, and I'm ready to get going. By the way, I don't think I mentioned this, but I did go down into Silver Creek campsite, but there was people down there. So I didn't film anything, I just kind of walked into the campsite and walked out. I didn't want to bother anybody, and I'm not a registered camper, so I shouldn't have been in there. Anyway, heading up the steepest hill of the trail. Okay, so we met up with other trails. It's a big intersection here. This goes out to another campsite and a picnic shelter over there. This goes to the back side of the park. It's also the spear hiking trail. And the spear hiking trail continues this way, which is the way we're going to be going. So we're going to be following the spear hiking trail up to the river. And we're going to be following the river for a little while. So I'm crossing the bridge over Silver Creek, what I believe is Silver Creek. Decided to stop here and take a little break. I'm going to eat second breakfast, a banana nut muffin, and just enjoy the scenery. It's just so still today. Not an ounce of wind today, just still. All right, folks. There's Silver Creek, and that is the St. Louis River. All right, almost there. It's a nice little picnic table and stuff here. I should have camped here last night. Very cool. Would have been a long haul for water down there. Anyway, almost to the St. Louis River. It's getting exciting. I'm just past a couple of people hiking. They're the first people I've seen besides the people at the campsite. But I am hiking towards the main entrance of the park, which is about a mile away, so probably going to start seeing a lot more people. Getting towards the more popular areas of the park. St. Louis River. Alright, we got off Spear Hiking Trail and we're getting on to the river trail, which goes down by the river, obviously. And it's more of a single track trail. And it's still very muddy. Very muddy. I know I haven't really mentioned anything about the mud yet, but it's pretty bad in spots. Some spots are beautiful. Some spots are more mud than ever. Ladies and gentlemen, the St. Louis River. So this is pretty awesome. I've been to this park before, but never to this section, never to this area by the river. And I knew it was a big, rapidy river, but this is just almost overwhelming. Also, I think water is extremely high right now, maybe like borderline flood stage. So that probably contributes to the awesomeness. Like most of these smaller channels probably aren't flowing normally. But this is awesome. Alright, here we are at the Swinging Bridge, a fairly popular place in Minnesota here at Jay Cooke State Park. The bridge spans the St. Louis River and is the only way to cross at this park. So I don't actually have to cross. I'm just going across the bridge for fun. I'm passing by, so I figured I might as well go across. This is my first time here ever, but I've known about this place for a long time. Pretty cool. I was surprised there wasn't more like spur trails going off from the main trail to the river to overlook points or cool places to climb around the rocks. But that's exactly what I just found now. And this is amazing. Wow, this is super intense. It's almost like a mini Niagara Falls. Just awesome. So, I could be wrong, but the Great Lakes sit in this big geological feature that is like a bowl made out of super hard volcanic rock called dolomite. And you can see around the edges of the Great Lakes, there are places where you can see the dolomite sticking up. I think this might be one of those places where this dark, really hard black rock is sticking up. And you can tell, usually rock is in layers horizontally, but these are vertical because they've been turned upwards. It's just awesome. Okay, adventurers, I am approaching the vehicle. Completing my 6-mile loop. Oh, it was a beautiful trip. Had a great time. Was a little crazy, got a little wet last night. But as long as it wasn't a long trip, it's not that big of a deal. If I had to stay a couple more nights, that would have been a disaster. Oh. But it's just a beautiful day, beautiful night, and now another beautiful day today. The St. Louis River was amazing. And then we talked about how to fit your pack just right. Remember, measure your torso from your waist up to your C7 vertebrae. I give you your torso length to size your backpack properly. And then you want to make sure you're loosening up all your belts. Every time you repack your pack, you loosen up your belts, put it on, and you go from your waist up. Do tighten up your waist belt first, as tight as you can. Move up to your shoulder belts, and then your load lifters. 45-degree angle, and not too tight on the shoulders. You want to be able to stick your hand underneath. It was a great time. Please like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe. And I will see you next Monday right here on Happy Trail Backpacking.